Nobody's going to deny the amazing impact that Nintendo has had on the gaming industry, both by making gaming more accessible and by really showing us back in the 80s and 90s what kind of gameplay formula would be fun, what kind of stuff would sell, and laying the foundation for lots of companies to come afterwards and expand upon them. But also, not to be blunt, Nintendo is not the only company that's ever existed in the history of gaming, and it's weird when the fanboys act like they are. So a thread was sent to me the other day by Kev, everyone say thanks Kev, of a little news article talking about the director of Expedition 33 saying he hasn't had much opportunity to play on Nintendo consoles or play many Nintendo games, which makes sense, the guy is French. And in case you didn't know, France wasn't really big on Nintendo during the time that this guy would have been growing up. But also, even if Nintendo was big in France when he was growing up, there's nothing wrong with not playing Nintendo games. Nintendo games don't appeal to everybody, as much as they psychotically attempt to. But we're just gonna dive right into the responses of this one, because my goodness golly, the Nintendo fanboys cannot wrap their heads around the fact that it is perfectly capable to enjoy video games and to make good video games without any kind of Nintendo connection in your brain during the process. Expedition 33 has been one of the most acclaimed games in recent memory, and it's one of my favorite big middle fingers to the AAA industry, because it was made by a small team on a relatively small budget, and released at significantly lower than AAA's standard release price, and yet it still ends up being one of the best reviewed and best-selling games of the year. You know who could really take notes from this? Nintendo! But let's look through some of the responses. I'm gonna keep the intro short on this one. I know I've made you guys wait a few days for a video. Haven't made a video since like Thursday. Would you believe that I was busy? Would you believe that I was doing things? Japan-kun says that's definitely a lie. If you think I'm cool for not playing Nintendo games, you're dead wrong. Pathetic. I love this one. We're starting strong. It's a lie to say that you didn't really play Nintendo games growing up, which is funny because it's like, hey, random dude who grew up in France. It's France, right? Hang on. I'm gonna feel real silly if they're not actually from French. From French. French studio Sandfall Interactive. Cool, we're good. I can keep going with the French jokes. But I love this. It's like, listen, it is completely fucking impossible that you didn't play a Nintendo game growing up. So I'm just gonna call you a liar for saying that didn't happen. Also, you just think it's cool to not play Nintendo games. And not only is that actually what you mean when you say that you didn't play Nintendo games, I know you're just trying to sound cool, but also you're pathetic. I'm the one having a big breakdown over the fact that a grown adult and successful game developer got to their place in life without any help from Nintendo. I'm the one having a breakdown over that, but also the successful French game developer is pathetic because he didn't give enough credit to Nintendo, a company that had absolutely nothing to do with his game. Gosh, oh gee, how I have fun swallowing animals one by one. Kerbo says he's just mad that DK Bonanza stole E33's spotlight. Did it, though? They're entirely different games in entirely different genres, and also Expedition 33 came out way before Bonanza. Expedition 33 came out in April. Donkey Kong Bonanza came out in July. There were 3 full months between these games. I don't think the spotlight was stolen. I think the spotlight had just naturally moved. Like, what? Nintendista Opinator says, and yet we can all clearly see the Mario RPG's influence in Expedition 33. Yeah, right. This one's fun because it's like, listen, Mario RPG is the only RPG on the planet that has ever had a party system and turn-based combat. Because also, correct me if I'm wrong, but Mario RPG, the original Mario RPG, was developed by Square. And was Mario RPG not kind of just a Nintendo-branded flip of Square's previous RPG skeletons? Like, am I crazy for this? I don't play a lot of these types of games, so I could be totally off base here. But I'm failing to see what Mario RPG brought to the table that didn't already exist outside of Mario RPG, if you catch what I'm saying. When I think of influential RPGs with really unique mechanics that you can totally like pinpoint in other games when other games use them, Mario RPG is not one of the games that comes to mind. And again, this just isn't my genre. I could just be off base here, but I really don't feel like I am. Ben New Edition says how it's even possible. So he is a Nintendo hater. So not only is it not possible to have not played Nintendo games, but also you're a Nintendo hater if you don't play Nintendo games. I mean, I feel like I'm a certified Nintendo hater, but at least I have legitimate reasons. I'm a certified Nintendo hater because I think their attitude towards emulation sucks. I think they overprice absolutely everything. I think they've drastically brought down the technical expectations of games by charging out the ass for games with decade-old benchmarks. I think they are actively encouraging the crash of the industry and the large-scale death of game preservation. And for some reason, all of this is forgiven because they put out an above-average game once or twice a year. And people like you completely cover for them. I am a certified Nintendo hater, and I can give you a laundry list of reasons why, other than the fact that I simply don't play Nintendo games. So why are you putting a successful developer in the same bowl as me when he didn't fucking do anything? If you want to criticize Nintendo haters, criticize the Nintendo haters. He's not a Nintendo hater, he just literally hasn't played the games. What even is this? RT83 says they are PlayStation fanboys. They probably imply they won't port over the game to Switch too. Yeah, no, totally. The Expedition 33 developers are all PlayStation fanboys because PlayStation fanboys would totally make a deep turn-based RPG. That's the kind of game a PlayStation fanboy would make. Also, maybe this game isn't on Switch too, because see above point about how this game came out months before the Switch 2. And Nintendo, historically, isn't super great with third-party relationships. So maybe there are roadblocks getting in the way of a potential Switch 2 release or Switch 2 announcement for Expedition 33 that have nothing to do with whether or not the developers are PlayStation fanboys. My god, you people have nothing else to do. Nintendo News Nexus says that's his own fault for avoiding a platform. It's like, oh yeah, no man, just like I never really played Nintendo games growing up. I never like had access to the console, or like I got older, I didn't really have time to really dive into those games. That's your own fault, you avoided it. Like, yeah, man, I've never really been to Taco Time, there's not really a Taco Time in my region where I grew up, so nothing against Taco Time, there just really wasn't one in the place where I grew up. That's your own fault for avoiding Taco Time. You're a Taco Bell supremacist. You're a Del Taco dick rider. What's another fast food Mexican place? You're an El Pollo Loco lobotomizer. Is El Pollo Loco still around? I haven't seen one in a while. Anyways, Swag Healy says, I genuinely hope this JRPG Lite loses at the Game Awards big time. Which is great, because, if he was inspired by the right JRPGs, then you wouldn't be saying this. This game pulls influence from franchises like Final Fantasy and Persona, and that's bad. That makes it a bad JRPG. But if it pulled influence from Mario RPG, well then, let's get them all around here. Nintendo's the best. Yuri just says, shame on him for not having played Nintendo games. And there's one like on this. Gosh, I wonder who left that one like. Noir says, let me guess, Nintendo's for children, fake gamer. He didn't say that. He literally just said he didn't have the time to do it. Probably because he grew up in France, where Nintendo didn't have a huge presence. And then he got older and started working as a game developer, in which case you would probably be diving into and analyzing the games that he was playing growing up and was really inspired by, like Final Fantasy and Persona, which led him to make this game. He never said Nintendo's for children. You're responding to an article that you could have read, but you chose not to do that, because it's easier just to lash out and whine and have an anime pretty boy as your profile picture and then complain about people saying things are for children even though they didn't say that. That seems like the healthier thing to do, yes. One more. John says, maybe he should take the time to play Nintendo's games. He might learn how to make a good game. Let me just flash this on screen. And also flash this on screen. I sure hope one day he learns how to make a good game. It's just funny to me. Expedition 33 has been on my backlog for a long time. I think I'm going to start it once I get back from California, because I got to go to California to play this show at the Whiskey A Go-Go. So I think once I get back, I'm going to start that. Actually, maybe I'll take it on it runs on the Steam Deck, right? Maybe I'll play it on the plane. But for now, I'm going to edit this, and then I'm going to put it on the internet so we can all laugh. Dude, I gotta do the Doofus Club really fast, though. Because in true Joe from Seattle fashion, I have to poop so bad right now. So we're gonna run through this. Vendetta Autry, KevDog 1992, Mechanical Resonance. Joe looks like Vec from Paul Blart. Who is that? Who's Vec from? Hang on, let me pull it up. He's hot. Etno Omega, Mad Fox 94, XJ Induction, Piplup and a Bowler Hat, Biscuit 111, Celerot, Bear Brain, Max Killer, VG Gaming, Stick Rider, Broken Crayon, Pope, Raphael, Rat King, Joe Blows, Man, Holes, I Scenes, at No Motorcycle Yet, just got my first car, Devastator 2007, Christensen, Jake Spider Monkey 1994, hashtag BanJTech TV, Gar's Secret Horse Son, Colonel Doofus, Schmo from Schmattles to Schmitz, Chris Void, Vast Dennis, Oh No It's Solid, Alex, hashtag BanJTech TV, Gaming with Dead People, Muskie, Cowboard 789, Big Fudge, Thick Mick, Run Fast, I Hate Call of Duty, It Fucking Ruined My Life, Wings, Klepto Penguin to JoJo 6, Mole Theme, The Beast Sims, and Really Zerd, Oracle, to Turn the King, Raiders Upside Down, Pedro Pascal's Left Hand, Nate, Blast 1314, Jimmy Chops, Curbside Anthem should be My Chemical Romance, Master Killer, Firestorm 2056, Demetrius Papagiorno, Tom Snorlax, and Dan Porter Bridges, Unknown 186718, Zombie Killer 5072, the official Dregs, I call my girlfriend Bracelet because of what she likes in bed. Do you hear the lawnmower going outside? Do you hear that lawnmower? I hear it. Epion 504, Grimsy, Shadow Edge, Shadow Bear 1789, Krizka, Unicorn, Raku, Benefondu, I live in DSP's walls, and he's stealing his forks. I really need to make this fucking money. Wings of Redemption, T-Train, Rising Girl, Sense, and Akage, and Elida, didn't forget to change my name. Partial Mean 8, Vox Auto, Codman 4372, WX, The Gamer 127YT, Alrath 01, Doug, Nixie Smile, Snake Eyes 327, I changed my name back to Gamer Word 72, MK2396E, Hentai X, Machina Gamma, Elite Fire, Hazard 105, Tech, Gaming Jungle Zone, Slim Jim, Lord Bowser II, Joe Laughs at Us in the Moat, Gay Local Adult with Autism and PC Gamer, Jessica Shepard, Ricky Spell, Ricky Dabby, I don't know about a horse, but I'll be, wait, I'll do Gara Horse, Crewman the Steel Angel, Controller of Stinky, Rat Stars, and Jason Bond, Baron Von Vonderham, 6771, 2 Dex 940, I stuck on your PC, Blank pre-order Black Ops 7 on your PC with your money, Green Warrior 23, Max Chev, Simply the Chat, Totally Insane, Gara Love getting railed by Big Horse, Food Mommy, Skull Emoji. Okay, Night of Cypher, ML04, Iron 6 copies of Click 2006 on Blu-ray, both of them nice. Pig Venus, Steve Brent Studios, Film Kraken, Ohm Gaming, Tariq Brown, Thornscape, Maganex, Severn, Evans, Mr. Spine 03, is Kylie, Africa, YMX, and Pow Pow, Donnie West, Nick Don, and Jaws Max on Twitch, come hang y'all, Gob Gonson, Rogue Winter 19, Bobby, wait, Zach Fane, Kenny Get Fanny, Hangman for Hire, Elden Noble, Frost Crystal, Biogenesis, Ian in Action, Floppy Pinkins 97, Mega Cuties, Travis Go, Ghost Ho, Rhea Soggy, Vasco, Raptor Tim, Almost 794, Blue Hook, The Windy, Wanka, Mr. Techno Squeak, Jody Petus, Smitty Wergy Van Jensen, McAdvertisement, Diego Garcia, Kibikins, I American Idiot, Harmon Smiths, Other Chin, Oh No, it's Justin Red, Wood, 21, Extreme Wool 7, Joey Scoop, Smelling Wrestling Geek, Joe Talker, Retro, Wannabe Hobo, Jidge, Westside Bill at 310 Char, Rob C, Veg, Groove Banana, Curtin, Alex Max, Saul Hathan, On Heaven and Earth, I alone am the Jonard one. The Jonard one? Jonard one? The Jonard one? I don't get it. I don't get that one. See, usually you have really good ones, and that one, I don't get that one. I miss when it was, I miss when it was the Jotski. Jotski was my favorite. Okay, poopy time. Toodles.